I'm back. Like I said, we're going to discuss placing all the pattern on the fabric and get ready to cut out. I already placed it. Like I said, this is the top part that we're going to be working on first. So, like I said, pattern number 4, piece number 4 had to be on the fold. So there it is on the fold. The line is on the fold. Okay. So we're going to pin that down. So when we cut it, it won't move. It'll stay. And like I said, right there on the line. See, this line should be on the fold of that fabric. Now, mine is a little bit off, but that's okay because I need to get a little bit more room for my waistline. So like I said, we pin it down. And like when you pin to here, you pin to the line that you're sizing. You pin behind it, so when you cut it, you won't cut on the pin, but the pattern is holding down, so it won't move when you cut. Okay. So, okay, and then here is the strap part. Okay, with the strap part, I lined it across. Because it has that line you can go across with. I could have either went across or down, but this way I place it, it's, you know, it's feasible for the fabric. You know, I have enough. I try to utilize my fabric, get much out of it as I can by the way you place it. Okay. Get this down. There are other ways of putting, doing the fabric on the pattern on the fabric, but I still use pins. Some people use other things. Okay, now this is number 5. This is the buttock size. And another thing I was going to tell you is, like, when you do place your pattern on your fabric, you need to read here to see how many you're supposed to cut. Like here I'm cutting 2. So when you fold your fabric over, I'm going to get 2 pieces out of that. This is 1. Say cut 1 on the fold. So when I put it on the fold, it's going to be just 1. Here, I'm supposed to cut 2 on the fabric, 2 on the lining. So when I get through cutting these out, I'm going to fold, put another part of the fabric up under here. I'm going to fold it up under here. Because I'm not using no other extra fabric for my lining. I'm using my same fabric to line. So therefore, if I have to cut 2 on the fabric and 2 on the lining, that means I'm cutting 4 pieces on this one. So that means I'm going to have to fold, put another part of the fabric up under here to get 4 pieces. Alrighty? Alright. So let's finish pinning these down. And when I'm using cotton fabric, so cotton fabric is pretty good, you know, with pinning and sewing on also. Because some fabrics you get is really kind of hard to work with, especially knits and satin. You got to be very careful with that. Okay, we're getting them down. But like I said, it gives you an idea of what you do when you get ready, how you place your pattern on your fabric, how you cut it, how many pieces you need. So you have to read your pattern, each one, and see how many pieces you need to cut out. So you can make the garment correctly. Now here you see how this is squared off to my size 14 and it's going in here, and all these are the other side. So I'm gonna have to put my pin there, so when I cut, I'm cutting around there to my size. to the size 14. So you have to watch that. Make sure you're not cutting the wrong size, because you don't want to cut this number 1 piece, the buttocks front, a size 10, and then cut the other one a size 14 or whatever, because it would not work. Okay. Did I cut this one? Okay, this one here, what I did here, this says I had to cut 2 pieces on this for the fold. It said cut 1 on the fold, and then 1 on the liner. So like I said, I'm using the same fabric. So I cut these off. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna cut this off, since this is the top part. Okay. Now I'm gonna cut off the pieces. Okay. There's no darts on this one, so I don't have to worry about doing the darts. Now when you do the darts, you don't necessarily have to like cut out the darts. You can just cut them out straight and then use your fabric marker to mark where the dart's supposed to be. But I kind of like cutting out the darts, because that way I know I can see the darts, and you know, it's like a puzzle. You know, I know how to place it, so that helps me. So that was a dart. You saw how I cut it out. And it's important to cut however many darts that it says to cut. If there's 1 dart to cut out, cut 1. If there's 2 darts to cut out, cut 2. Because that's how you're going to match your pieces. Okay. And this piece here is kind of light. The ink is not that good on here, so I'm really having to look at this one more closely. Okay, so we have 2 darts on this side of this piece, and then we have 1 dart on the side. Okay. And then we got 1 dart here. Okay. And it's important to get your darts right where they're supposed to be, as you can see, because it's going to determine how they're being put together on the garment, and it'll make a big difference. Okay, so I'm going to finish cutting all these out, and so then when I come back the next time, they're all going to be cut out, and then we'll start putting them together, and then we'll head over to the sewing machine. All right, so thank you. I hope you learned enough about a pattern, you know, to get you going if you're going to decide to do one. But like I said, we're going to be doing this whole pattern all the way through. All right, so thank you, and I will see you next time.